Hi guys, I'm showing you a video of something just was working on. So basically I needed a screen recorder and all of them cost money. Screen recorder records something that OBS would actually work with normally, but I basically did so basically I made another way of making OBS work, but it doesn't run with the regular app ways, and this also makes it so if you want to run multi instances of OBS in macOS, so there's two ways. There is using a file, and then there's also just doing the actual other way, so which I'll show you both. So the first way I'm gonna show you first. Let me switch to a screen. So first, let me move this over here quick. So first, what you need to do is open up a terminal window in macOS. So there's clean one. So basically, this is where you're just gonna save it at fresh now. You can move it into your documents or wherever afterwards. So first you have to do is basically type in cd, which is takes you to another directory, plus space, capital, for me it's capital DESKTOP, and that will take you to desktop for me. So I'm in desktop, and then after that type in nano, and then you type in the name of the file after space. And after the space, this is which one do you want to put quotation marks if you're using a file with the basically spaces in there, so quotation marks. So I'm just gonna use a single word file, so I'm gonna skip that. So for example, I'm just gonna type in TEST, so test, press enter. It opens up a new file. So after that, I'm gonna take this code right here, which is you can put sudo in there if basically if you need it to like run directly. So I'm just gonna copy this because it's gonna be easier for me. So you copy it, paste. So this one just says open dash n dash a. Well, it's open space dash n space dash a space, and I'm using this for OBS specifically. The open command works with like any app, but the string, which is basically for OBS only at the end, so it would be OBS capital O capital B capital S .app for app space dash dash, and it is ARGS space dash M. So you press enter. Oopsies. Wrong thing. I just deleted the wrong thing. Undo typing. So, okay, I was at the terminal window. So basically, you press enter. Then after that, you press kill and then all kill all space terminal, which is T, can't really remember how to spell terminal. So TER terminal, couldn't remember how to spell it. Kill all terminal. and then you press control, it's right here, you press Control X. Once you do that, it'll ask you, do you want to save this file? Press no if you don't want to, Y if you want. Press no for no, Y for yes, and C for cancel. It will be Control C. I'm gonna press Y because I want to save it, and then you name it what you want the file to be named. I'm just gonna be naming it text because that's what it's named. So after that, you press enter. And if you look over here, you get a file called test. For me specifically, you can name it whatever you want, and it should be, for this command, it's just the open command for this specific app, and the key bindings for that specific app. And you can find it on OBS's website. But after that, you basically go back to here. You go back to terminal, type in wiideathmod, then space plus, then X, and then you press space, and now you type in whatever the name is. If you put in actual if you put in what's it called, spaces, you want quotations in there. And then after that, I'm gonna type in TEST, which is the name of the file I made, and now you press enter. After that, you get a file name test that's an executable file for Mac OS. After that, you because the open command is just the open command just it's meant for opening multiple instances of stuff. So basically, so for this command, I'm going to explain what it does before I show you what the app does. So open, so basically sudo is just the elevated command. So basically, if you type in sudo plus whatever command after that, it will just go through without asking you, do you want to do this or do you want to do that? So if it's something that needs to actually run, you can write sudo, then the command. For example, like I have here, you can write sudo open -n-a, which is with space in there, dash the app name, and .app, and it will automatically open it without needing any commands. So there's that, and without it, it just opens it because the sudo is basically just there. You don't need it for this specific one, but for some apps, it needs a sudo command to like run some actual times, to run multiple instances. And so with actually the open command, with this one specifically, if you just write open space -n space -a space obs.app, that will just open up a second instance of OBS, but you have to press do you want to launch OBS anyway? Because there's no that I can find actual information of how to make a portable app to have two different instances of OBS, one that just has the screen recording. This is basically just my instance of OBS that I have actually running. And so basically with that's what would happen. It would just ask you, would you like to load OBS anyway? And so you click that, but you have to do that every time it opens. But with the space -args space dash M, it will basically, it's multi-view, it's multi-opening, which means it will open multiple of them as many as you click it. And so basically, that's how you get the app version of that. And so when you get this, once you fill out all that and do you will get this file. So after this, when I click it, it will open a terminal command, and it will open a terminal and run this app. And see, as you see, it opened another version of OBS. So basically, there's that. So you get another version of OBS, and it's going to get an error probably. Yep, there it goes. OBS was closed improperly because I didn't press the exit button. But so after that, so that's how you get that. And so you take the file, and then what I would do is you would open up a actual window and go to applications and drag and drop into your application. I have one called OBS in here. And so there's that. I would have that like that. Then if you're using a Stream Deck or like any other macro keypad to like run this with, you would then basically, for the Stream Deck, I have that, so it's pretty simple. So you go to Stream Deck software, then you create a then you go to where it says open. So you open it. I'm just gonna drag and drop this here. Then you press choose. Then you go to where it says application. Yeah, I'm gonna give it access. So you go to application because you don't want it stored on your desktop. So you go to application, go down to where it says OBS or whatever you named it as. I named this one OBS. Press OK. Press open. So you give it an icon if you want. I'm probably gonna give it one later. But basically, since it says OBS there, so you press OBS on the Stream Deck, and command runs, and it opens OBS. So there's that. Yep, there it goes. Even if I close it properly, I get that command that's saying it wasn't closed properly because it actually was open wrong. It wasn't open from here. So that's the only bad thing about Mac OS. When you actually open up a software another way, it will complain. But so you have that like there. So let's just say you're using a actual control surface like this, okay? So basically, in order to do actually that, you just have to take this command, which is I figure out the hard work for you since it's a shell command. You take the open this by the open that space dash n space dash a space capital O capital B capital S dot app space dash dash arg s dash space dash m. That's the command. So take that, copy. Then you go to Automator. Then you type in, then you go to Quick Action. Press OK. Then you type in RUN, so run shell script. You type that one. Drag and drop this over here. Make sure this is set to no input. Then you take the where it says shell, you go to here and type in bin to bash right here, press paste, and then you press file save. Name it something. I would say name it test, or I mean, I wouldn't name it test. This is what I'm naming it because it was based on that file. So test, oops, can't spell, test. And then once you press that, you would go to if you have a regular keyboard, and if you have a regular keyboard, like a full-size keyboard or Apple keyboard, if you're using an Apple computer, you might have a full-size Apple keyboard or a keyboard that has the function keys on there, normal ones, and you can just press Command Alt and stuff like that. So if you have a full-size Apple keyboard, then same thing as that would even be better because you can do other stuff. But if you're using a mechanical keyboard, that's 60%, and you actually are running on macOS with that, this will be a little bit harder to like do because of most of the key combinations don't actually work even under macOS. You have to reprogram the whole latch keyboard in order to get it to work. Didn't want to do that, so I basically just try to add stuff with the Stream Deck when I need to. I just mainly use it for typing, not really anything intensive. So the main key combination stuff like delete, I basically put on the Stream Deck. So basically, so however you do it, I'm going to show you with Stream Deck. So you go back to Stream Deck, and then you basically go to where it says where's I just was there. Go to hotkey, put the hotkey into the software, and now here click the little arrow to make it go down, and I press Command Shift Alt. This is what I'm just doing. You could use other key combinations. If you haven't used F20, then that's pretty good. So I'm just gonna say I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to use the numpad because I haven't used that yet. I'm going to use a numpad because I already have stuff bind to like 19. So this is numpad 01, okay? So control command alt plus numpad 0. So after all that, you go to System Preferences, and then you go to Keyboard. After you go to Keyboard, you go to where it is at. It's under General, called Test, and then you basically press where it says None, add keyboard shortcut, and then I'm just gonna press on the Stream Deck that button. It pressed, but doesn't look like anything there. Click it again, it's there. And so when I basically press F0, when I press the button on the Stream Deck, it should load. And it didn't load. 1 second. There you go. See? It loaded. So close. It's gonna go haywire again. So basically, then after that, if you're using a control surface, that's what I was getting to. If you're using a control surface like the Korg Nano Control or the Korg Nano Control Studio, you go to where it says here, and you go to command post, which is a software you should have installed if you're using Control Surface, and this to like do MIDI to like hotkeys. There's only working one that is actually free. Go to Control Surfaces, then you go down to MIDI. This loads up, okay? And then you basically, I will set this. So I'll set this to, so basically you do, you click here, press select, and you press Control and Option and I can't put too many spaces, and command, and then 0. So if we do actually that, I'm just gonna use this key because I'm gonna actually use it again. So basically press listen. If you press listen, it will listen to your MIDI command. So then press that one, which is 60. And so basically, so when I'm pressing this, when I'm pressing the key, you'll actually see. So after that, after you press that, you press apply top to all devices, and then you basically close this. It goes up in taskbar now. I press the actual button, and it opens OBS again. So I'm gonna show you now. So you see right here. So it's gonna open again if I don't run out of memory. Probably will. I think I didn't press it. There you go. OBS open again. As you can see, 2 versions of OBS. So that's how you set that up. So you don't have to so you can run multi-version of OBS. One, because it's not a true portable version. It's the best portable version you can get that I think, if you figured out so far. Because if you just need to, because it would work if you need to, say, record an OBS screen for OBS stuff. But so basically, because there's a project I needed to do, one that needed to record OBS, but so Apple has their own free recording software. But basically, their recording software records perfectly fine, but there's a couple problems. First problem is files are super big. Second problem was, in order to record properly, I would have to use my actual webcam's microphone, which is either behind me or above me, and both of them are too actually far away to pick up my actual voices properly, and they end up the sound sounds really bad. And so the third issue, which involved me having to would have to do that, is when you're using an audio interface. So there's ways around. So if your audio interface, which is an actual I'm done with that. So um so with basically an audio interface like this one or the 18920, for example, the Scarlett Solo is basically two channel, meaning it does two audio outputs. So it does one over XLR and one over line or TRS. And so the problem there is if you cause this also is an OBS too. So because with OBS, if you have an audio interface and you don't set it to basically the mic to be if you're using an audio interface, set it to mono, it'll only come out in your left ear if you have it plugged into the XLR port. If you have it plugged into the line port, it'll only come out in the right ear. And so to actually fix that in OBS, you have to have it set to mono, so it'll come out of both ears at the same exact time. There's no way of fixing that, and the only way of doing and you can do that in Mac OS. But in Windows, there's a way of there is a way of getting past mono by basically just doing some other stuff. But basically, in order to I lost my train of thought. So in order to get that, you would have to either have two XLRs to TTRS port, so you could basically plug that into your preamp or however you have your mic hooked up. So if you have two XLR ports, it'll go from two XLR to TRS, or two XLR to XLR, or TRS or dual TRS to a single TRS. So hook it up to your preamp. But if you have a TRS and XLR, I don't think that's possible without being any latency. So basically, you would have to fix that. And so you can fix that in post by basically cutting the audio and putting it onto the left channel and the right channel, you using Audacity, or basically just like down mixing it from actually down mixing it from stereo to mono, which basically involves some audio quality loss from the actual recording itself from what's there. But basically that's how you would fix that. So with the Apple recording software, it just recorded my right side of the mic. I've forgotten that many times before when actually setting up a new version of OBS. I ended up having to re-record. Sometimes I tried fixing it one time, it just didn't work out. So that's why one of the audios were actually lower in one of the videos, because it was messed up. So basically, I looked at multiple recording software. The only software that seems to get it right is Camtasia, but it doesn't work on an M1 Mac right now. And then there is ScreenFlow, which works on a Mac, but it's super expensive for what I wanted to do. And then there was other software I tried, which was A Power Recorder, and it basically did the same thing as Apple screen recorder. And so The whole reason is I needed something to capture OBS just to show someone how to like use it and get it working properly. And so basically I've had to do a screen capture, send it to like them. And the problem is I actually haven't. I'm also going to show some others. I want some other related videos with basically capturing OBS too. So basically all of those were pretty much out because it basically didn't have the audio properly. OBS is the only one that actually has the issue fixed. I mean, that works actually properly with like OBS. They have you allow you to basically sample it down, without losing quality to like mono, so you actually can hear it. So what ended up happening was let's see, I basically tried to make it so OBS can launch without I mean could make a portable version of OBS, because you can do that in Windows just by taking the actual app data folder, putting inside of OBS's install folder, and then putting a file in there, and it will make a portable version, and you can launch multiple OBSs at that point with different things in there, with like different scenes and sources, and you can basically then record that way. And then there was no physically available option that I could find on the internet about it. So what I ended up doing was figuring out some actual commands and stuff, and so I ended up figuring out a way that basically you can launch OBS again on Mac OS without, because you can do this on Windows too, but basically you actually you can launch it on OBS again, but just and record one, but you got an actual thing that said you're about to launch OBS again. Do you want to cancel, or do you want to continue, or do you want to launch anyway? So I was trying to figure out how to get rid of that. So I ended up stumbling on an idea of basically of the open of the because I was trying to figure out how to like open multiples of them, because I actually opened multiples of them, and I could actually figure out how to make it automated. So I found it's the open space dash n space dash a command, and it was space the app name, and then I tried it. It worked, but I was getting the launching multiples, and then I basically decided to like try to write a script, and so I basically started writing a bash script, and that didn't work. And then I basically found out you would have to, because it was running in terminal just fine, but I was trying to figure out a way of how to run a terminal command from actually there. That didn't work, and so after that I finally just said, let me run this terminal command, which the terminal command worked, but the problem was the actual it wouldn't load up, it wasn't detected as an actual app. So after that I basically that's what those apps that I showed you how to make came from, because it's an executable command using Nano, and it created an actual file, and it made it executable in macOS through like chmod, and so it worked. It booted and everything. It worked with the Stream Deck, which is great. But what I wanted to use it for this control surface was for when I wanted to use a control surface over there, or I was going to put Stream Deck over there. I'm not sure. because I wanted something where I can basically have some actually control over there and control over here. Probably I'm gonna put a stream deck over there with the basically. I'm probably gonna put a stream deck over there. One of these with basically the super long extension cable, so I can run it over there, and then get an actual whatchamacallit, a Thunderbolt docking station, and putting it over here so I can basically have more USBs, because of one USB is because I want to basically have a two stream decks over here, one for I want to have two stream decks, one over here and then one over there, and then I would have to run an extension cable over there to over there just for the stream master deck, and that's just for messing with OBS stuff over there when I need to mess with OBS. And I have this right here for over here, so I can basically move the stuff over there. But what was I gonna say? But with this app I made, I mean, with basically the app I made for the video, it worked, but it just wouldn't actually launch when actually going through. It wouldn't add to the actual launch menu with the with like the service files, and or launching it as a shortcut. It just wouldn't show it. And so then I thought of another way of doing it. So I found out you could just take the command and put it into a shell script and run it under Automator, and add it as a workflow. From actually there, once you add it as a workflow, you actually can then add it as a shortcut with actually the run a shell. And once you do that, you can then give it a key combination. Once you give it a key combination, it's pretty much done, and you can literally just press that key combination to open it, and then from there you actually can add it to the stream deck. You can add it to the control surface over here and the stream deck over there, and so yeah, you have a amazing app that will load OBS, or pretty much any application you want. You can give it a key combination shortcut. But just for this specific app, you can use the last key arrangements, the last key arguments for the actual for like OBS. And if you're just wanting to open an app, it will be open space dash n space dash a space the software name plus OBS. So you get the software name. I mean OBS for example, and then you do .app. You get the name from the app's full folder on your computer, and then you press save, add it, pretty much there. You can literally do that, and if you need to add sudo on the front of it, that's just in case you want it to be an absolute execute versus it's optional here. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.